Now on Coast TV News.
It's a quiet start to our Friday, but another storm to our southwest is promising another round of rain and wind for tonight, prompting a first alert weather day. I'll pinpoint the timing and impacts coming up.
Bethany looking at bucks for wind, the payment plan from a wind energy company that is available if the town signs on to a deal.
Beverages for breakfast, the new change to Delaware's alcohol policy signed into law by Governor John Carney.
Metered makeover, the new parking pay policy that could be coming to Rehoboth Beach.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is Friday, January 12th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, it's Friday, Paige,
Yes.
But from what I hear from Bob, we got a case of going on here. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
That's what it sounds like. I think it's a great Friday to get out your maybe soft blankets, pick out a movie, and just stay in and
I feel
off
like
the
that's
roads.
you every day.
That is me every day, and now I'm trying to get everyone else to do it with me.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Maybe I'll think about it.
You have a good point. On Coast Life, Leah always says
That's why.
that.
That's how. Not that I was stalking or anything, but that's how I knew.
It's not stalking if you watch Coast Life. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's what the cool kids are doing.
Yeah.
Also, they're watching Coast TV News today. Let's bring in one of those cool kids, First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi. All right, Bob, prepare us. What's coming?
Yeah, well, it's weather deja vu all over again. I know you've heard that one before. Matt, Paige, good morning to you, and Delmarva as well. We've got another storm taking a similar track to the previous one with more rain and wind tonight. Now, much of the day we're good, and this morning we're off to a frosty start, scraping the frost again this morning with 20s and 30s out the door, lower 40s along the coast, winds coming out of the north. So it's going to be a nice day, actually. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now. So if you have, things to do like batten down the hatches, secure those outdoor items and getting ready for the rain and wind. Well, you want to do that during the day because here's our system. Severe weather across the lower Mississippi Valley and another snowstorm for the upper Midwest. That's headed our way. Not the snow, but the rain and wind. It's cold this morning, lower 40s mid-morning, and then we start to increase the clouds throughout the afternoon into the lower 50s. It gets cloudy this evening. It gets windy, and the rain builds in after about 7 p.m. So we're thickening up the clouds today. The winds start to turn around to the east, and they really pick up tonight. In fact, maybe damaging winds, heavy rain, coastal inundation and impacts. We'll talk about that and have much more on a very cold pattern for next week as well. That's coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Bob. We got some shocking video here. Strong winds from the storm that we will experience later are responsible for part of a roof being ripped off an apartment complex. This is in El Paso, Texas. You can see large pieces of the roof tossed on the ground and damage to a car in the parking lot. Now, according to the Red Cross, people living in the affected units, they're being relocated, and thankfully there were no injuries.
Happening today, more on the offer by U.S. Wind Corporation to Delaware coastal communities. The Bethany Beach Town Council will review the community benefits contract that will pay $2 million spread out over 20 years. This is for use of land that will help connect its wind farm project to the power grid. Earlier this week, Rehoboth Beach, Fenwick Island, and South Bethany all reviewed proposals. The payments for each town will be about $100,000 a year. We have an update now on a story that we've been covering for you. On Thursday, Delaware Governor John Carney signed an amendment to the state's code on alcoholic liquors. Under the new law, businesses can now start serving earlier. It'll be at 8 a.m. Now, before establishments, they couldn't begin selling alcohol until 9 a.m. That law went into effect upon Carney's signature.
Well, more outdoor dining could be coming to Rehoboth Beach. Happening today, the city will host a public hearing on a request of the Summer House restaurant to add seating. This will be in a vacant lot on the west side of the building. And this comes after Mayor Stan Mills and city commissioners held a workshop to review outdoor dining in December. The owner of the Rehoboth Avenue restaurant, Reagan Derrickson, bought the property at the end of summer 2022. Today's public hearing is related to the consolidation of the lots at 228 and 230 Rehoboth Avenue.
A reminder ahead of Martin Luther King weekend, many Delmarva schools will be closed Monday to honor that holiday. Now, some of those school districts are Cape Henlopen School District, Indian River School District, the Milford School District, and Sussex Tech School District.
Got developing news out of Bethany Beach. Going for a bike ride or a walk around the town, it may look a little different in the coming year. A committee is considering changes they say will improve safety. Proposals include an orientation program for J1 students to review bike safety and also where to go for health care. the installation of more signs for people looking to walk across Route 1. And the committee is hosting a workshop while Bethany Beach officials also plan to talk with neighboring communities on their respective safety measures. This workshop is scheduled for March 21st. And moving up the coast to Rehoboth Beach, where there could be changes for parking in the Duval Beach area. City commissioners are looking at making parking in the area payable by meters only. It was back in 2019 the city changed a code allowing for all permits to be accepted in the area. The city says during the summer season it is a hazard to accept parking permits because bikers and pedestrians use the street and lines of cars are usually waiting on the shoulder to enter the beach area. If commissioners vote for the change, the cost to park there will be $3 per hour. It's the current cost to park in the city. Well, we're now going live to Washington, D.C., and in the nation's capital, the race for president is underway across the country. Frontrunner is Donald Trump. He had his day in court yesterday. That was in New York City. And heading into the weekend in the final sprint to the first contest of the 2024 presidential election, Iowa voters are gearing up to caucus.
They definitely are. While the frontrunner, former President Trump, spent the past day in court, other candidates, they campaigned through Iowa looking for undecided voters, and there may just be some out there. NBC's Drew Petrimo shows us the latest in the GOP race as the Iowa caucus only days away.
Heading into the final weekend of campaigning in Iowa, some voters remain undecided.
I like Nikki Haley and I like Ron DeSantis. I'm between those two.
As candidates stump across the Hawkeye State, a potential wild card for the Monday vote, the weather. Temperature set to dip below zero as voters head to their caucus meetings Monday evening.
I don't have to go very far, so I'm going to caucus and I'll be there. If the weather's bad, we're going to have a lighter turnout.
Thank you, everybody.
Former President Trump trading the campaign trail for the courtroom, where he spent much of the week. First in D.C. fighting for immunity in a criminal case stemming from Trump's actions surrounding the 2020 election. Then in New York for a civil trial where he's accused of inflating his net worth to get favorable loan and insurance rates.
I don't have any evidence against us. Millions and millions of pages, years of litigation, and all politically motivated.
Trump's legal woes don't appear to be damaging his campaign. He's the clear frontrunner in polls, but his opponents say voters in Iowa can shake up the campaign landscape.
Look, Monday matters. Your voice matters. I trust you. I trust you because I know America gets this. The political pundits on TV want to write this story already and act like November 2024 is already here. They don't know, but you do.
Come Monday, the campaigning finally stops in Iowa, and voters get their chance to weigh in. In Washington, Drew Petrimo, NBC News.
We are just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, ban on ball drop. Why a potential change for a New Year's tradition in Berlin is being considered.
Also, bridge upgrades in Milford now approved. We'll tell you what other bridge work is happening across Delmarva that could impact you.
And BB mask mandate, the extra precaution that is now policy for this healthcare organization. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country and Spicer Brothers is hosting our winter clothing drive on Saturday, January 27th from the North Salisbury Wawa parking lot. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate new or gently used coats, blankets, or any warm clothing for those who need it most this winter. Join us on January 27th and make a difference in 2024. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
I remember their little hands in mine, taking those first steps, soothing them when they were hurt or sick, helping them find their strength. Lately, I've noticed them trying to help me, but I'd much rather hear about them and my grandkids. That's why I chose Commonwealth Senior Living at the Eastern Shore, because some things never change. I don't want my kids to worry.
Improving the lives of seniors, their families, and each other. That's the Commonwealth difference.
Now is the perfect time to feed suet to your birds to add fat so that it'll help them get through the cold winter nights. My backyard carries all the products you need to keep your feathered friends healthy and safe. We also have a huge selection of quality hand-picked birdhouses, baths, seeds, unique gifts, and decor for expert and novice bird lovers alike. So come on in. I'd love to answer your questions so that you can have the best birding experience ever. See you at my backyard in Ocean Pines, where it's all about the birds and more.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Just about 5:11 on our Friday morning. Where's everybody going? Oh, no. All right. Well, we do have starry skies on the gutter helmet cam right now and a beautiful start to our day. 41 in Ocean View currently, and really much of the day will be nice. There's our Lewis cam. And our temperatures right now are into the 20s and 30s. It's frosty out there, very cold, lower 40s along the coast. So we're scraping frost this morning. We have light winds and we have mainly clear skies. And really the balance of the day will be nice as we're looking at, well, increasing clouds throughout the day. It's this big system that's causing rain, severe weather, and snow on the cold side of it is headed our way, and that will promise wind and rain for tonight. But not bad for the kiddos. To and from school, off to school, 33, cold and dry, and then heading home, clouding up, and a temperature of 49.
All right, thanks, Bob. And happening this morning, BB Healthcare is bringing back mask mandates. This will be for patients and visitors. It starts at 7 a.m. It is in reaction, they say, to peak respiratory illness season. According to BB, they are making this decision in an effort to keep patients safe and help slow transmission of the illness. It's a move dozens of healthcare systems across the country have started to make. It also includes Bay Health, who also recently around here reinstated its mask mandate. Biggest company in the U.S. lost its crown Thursday, at least for a little while. Microsoft surpassed Apple in terms of valuation while trading on Thursday. Excitement over artificial intelligence also helps Microsoft more than Apple due to its large investment in OpenAI. Despite all that, Apple did reclaim the most valuable company title before trading ended on Thursday.
The Securities and Exchange Commission has given the green light for some investment companies to offer spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. The approval is expected to make Bitcoin investing more accessible to Main Street investors without requiring them to own the digital asset directly. Following this news, the price of Bitcoin, no surprise, was up 0.3% to nearly $46,000. That's all according to CoinMarketCap.com.
Well, still ahead, upgrades to a bridge in Milford. We'll tell you what you can expect to see in that city in the future.
And a clear, cold, and frosty start to our day. Here's our tidal health cam from Seaford. Nice start, but increasing clouds throughout the day. Rain and wind picking up this evening into the overnight. We could see damaging winds and heavy rain possible. I'll have the impacts in your weekend forecast coming up next.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Sorrento invites you and your family to join us for some of Delmarva's best authentic Italian cuisine. Experience the aroma of warm bread served at your table in a cozy atmosphere. Try seafood pescatore or pasta with grandma's gravy. Our New York-style pizza and strombolis are a local's favorite. Top it off with cocktails, wine, and dessert. So for great food, good wine, great friends, good times, Villa Sorrento. That's amore. That's a nice.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Every day.
We are adding to the star power in our studio.
The biggest names, only on Today.
Fourth coming in this early, right?
Stick around, y'all. These guys are going to be back.
We work here now.
Legit legend right here in Studio 1A.
We got Olivia Rodrigo.
We're just getting started, folks.
This is Scarlett. She would like to direct the show.
Can we go to commercial break now?
Everything and everyone you're talking about, only on Today.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
All right, it's 5:15 a.m. on this Friday morning. In the middle of your screen, we're getting a live look there at Rehoboth Beach. And, well, Bob, if you like Tuesday night's weather, you got a surprise for everyone.
I think so, but I don't know too many people that enjoy Tuesday night's weather.
I don't either.
It was a little spooky. You know, you were hoping your house would hold together in those strong winds, and we have a similar storm coming tonight. Is it as strong as this past Tuesday nights? I think it's a little weaker, but that said, still looking at rain and wind, and that first alert kicks in as we go into this evening. Make sure you scan the QR code right there, and make sure you have the CoastTV weather app during storms, between storms, and we've got a lot of cold weather coming next week. You want to see how cold it is, check out the app. Our timeline for the rough weather is this evening into Saturday morning. Strong winds, a high impact of that, high impact of heavy rain as well, maybe some flooding. Remember, our roads and I should say the ground is still very saturated. We still have a lot of standing water, so it won't take much for some of that water to spill on the roads. Wind damage impacts are high. Anything that got loosened from the previous storm, any trees, branches like that, could come down with this event tonight, and a low chance of thunderstorms, maybe a rumble of thunder. But it's just a frosty start this morning, mostly clear, 20s and 30s out the door, lower 40s along the coast, so it's a nice start to the day, and we're seeing light winds right now, so this is a time to really prepare during the day, because the daytime hours will be pretty tranquil. So make sure those outdoor items are secured or brought inside, as we're looking at mostly clear skies right now. But we're already starting to see increasing clouds moving in from Kentucky and West Virginia. And here's our powerful storm moving across the Ohio Valley. On the cold side, it's snow from Omaha on into Iowa and into northern parts of Illinois. And to the south, kind of you start seeing this radar taking these weird shapes. That's severe weather back into Arkansas and Tennessee. So certainly a robust system, and Kansas City is getting snow. They're going to be below zero for their big football game this weekend, and we're looking at that rain farther south. So we've got advisories that go into effect starting this evening. A wind advisory for Sussex County, very strong winds, a storm warning until 6 a.m. tomorrow. A coastal flood advisory that goes into effect this evening and goes until 7 p.m. on Saturday. Maybe some inundation along the coast with a high surf advisory along the Maryland coast as well. So we're cold and dry this morning. Then we're increasing the clouds as we go into the afternoon, 40s and low 50s. You can see the arrows changing from yellow to red. Those winds get strong at 7 p.m. and here comes the rain. Some of that rain will be heavy. 9 o'clock, 10:30, maybe a rumble of thunder. Very strong winds. Don't want to be outside. Still showers, maybe a rumble of thunder around 2 a.m. and still pockets of heavy rain. And then it starts to push offshore around 4 a.m. And then we're looking at 50s tomorrow morning and breezy, and then likely falling into the 40s as we go into the afternoon. So really much of the weekend is looking good, but a half inch to about an inch of rain with this system as we go through time. And look how the winds really ramp up, over 30 miles per hour inland by 9 p.m., over 40 along the coast, and by 2:30 gusting over 50 inland, over 60 along the coast. Once again, that could cause some damage and still staying windy as we go on into your Sunday. We get rid of one system, and then we've got the next one with cold air in place. We could be looking at some snow possibly on Tuesday. The model has really backed off on a big snowstorm, but still has snow across Delmarva on Tuesday. So it's still up in the air just exactly how much snow we'll get and just how stormy it will be, but it will be cold. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 52 today with rain and wind building in tonight. Saturday 55, 47 on Sunday. And look how cold it gets next week. Highs in the 30s. Rain and snow Tuesday, a high of only 30 by Wednesday and 18 by Thursday morning. Our umbrella giveaway winner today is Teresa Hayes. Congratulations, Teresa, on your brand new new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. By the way, Teresa's from Salisbury, so congratulations to her.
All right, thanks, Bob. Hey, we've been letting you know all week that Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in your news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions with all of you. Just make sure you visit and follow our brand new Facebook page. What you have to do is just go over facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or just scan that QR code that's right there on your screen.
Moving on, Milford City Council has approved upgrades to the Walnut Street Bridge. This is a bridge that was built in 1987. The planned renovations will make the bridge ADA compliant and raising the bridge's surface slightly to slow down traffic. According to the city engineer, this project will take about 45 days to complete, and the engineer says this project is expected to begin on March 11th.
And there are several other bridges across Delmarva that are being worked on. There are currently repairs underway at the US 50 bridge in Ocean City. That's expected to be completed in March. In Lewis, the Canary Creek Bridge replacement project, that has been significantly delayed with work that's now scheduled for 2026. Now over in Fenwick Island, another project expected to take shape next year is the Route 54 bridge replacement project.
Yeah, this brings us to our Coast TV poll, and we are asking, what is your top priority when it comes to bridge repairs?
You probably have an opinion. Like you just heard, there's a lot of repairs. Okay, pretty close here. 45% of you say safety, but just close behind, 44% of you say aesthetic upgrades. All right. Yeah, cool. 6% traffic management and just 5% of you pedestrian access. All right, well, cool. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Head to coasttv.com or our mobile app.
All right, well, up next, ban on ball drop. We've got reaction to a potential move to a New Year's tradition in Berlin.
Celebrating a civil rights hero and all that coastal Delmarva has to offer. Stay tuned for the cool things to do this weekend.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
"30 years ago, a historic ice storm knocked out power for 10 days. Trees fell across power lines and ice snapped utility poles. Our Delaware Electric Cooperative team worked around the clock to help those we serve. 3 decades later, we've applied the lessons we learned during the storm to make our grid stronger. Through the dedication of our employees, Co-op Power has never been more reliable. And while the weather is unpredictable, DEC's commitment to doing what's best for our members will never change."
Are you having one of those days where everything that can go wrong does? Meet Preston, a normal guy with extraordinary bad luck. This is where the law office of Trap Nickel steps in. We've got your back, even when you fall on it. Our skilled personal injury team is committed to defending your rights and converting adversity into significant compensation. Don't hesitate. Get the justice you deserve. The law office of Trap Nickel, your priority is our priority.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
On an all-new Drew.
Are you more Katie or Regina George? We've got the entire Mean Girls movie cast, plus a special guest interviewer who's never been kissed. So wear pink and come sit with us.
Friday at noon on Coast TV.
On the road to Champions Wildcard, emotions run wild. They pull me back in! Keep calm and Jeopardy on.
Friday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
We are now 2 weeks into the new year, but in Berlin, the ball drop, it's still top of mind. Town officials there are actually considering getting rid of the big event, at least the midnight drop at next year's New Year's Eve party. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zippe tells us why this change might be permanent.
3, 2,
The town of Berlin has held a New Year's Eve ball drop for years. Their ball drops once at 6 p.m. for children and family, and a second time at midnight for the older crowd. But attendance for the late night event has been down.
There was a low turnout this year and it lost money. It might be better to take a break from it.
Now town officials seem dead set on the idea of dropping the second drop and hosting just one at 6 p.m.
A lot of adults, if they would come for the 6 o'clock ball drop, also would realize that the family atmosphere is very important at that time.
While some people understand the change, others seem dumbfounded.
That's the whole purpose of the ball drop, is to drop at midnight. It's New Year's Eve. It's tradition. It'd be like changing Christmas Day to the 24th because the 25th is just too busy shopping.
The 6 p.m. ball drop this past year had crowds stretched from Rains Reef up to Sisters Wine Bar. After the 6 p.m. ball drop, the number dwindled to only about 200 people.
After going around the town of Berlin, at least half the people that I talked to said that they dropped the ball on this decision. I'm Kevin Zapay on CoastTV News.
Bob Trihey. Bob, the day part for our beaches, it actually looks pretty nice ahead of this storm.
I agree. I concur. Yeah, looking good. But, you know, we saw Elisa's live shot from a couple of mornings ago where the park bench was over, and that could happen again with strong winds over 60 miles per hour along the coast. So nice weather along the beaches today. A good time to prepare. Make sure those outdoor items are secured. Ocean City into the 40s, close to 50 with increasing clouds. Fenwick Island also the same. Winds light much of the day and then picking up into the evening hours. So your ferry ride should be smooth much of the day from Lewis over to Cape May with upper 40s to around 50, and the same for Rehoboth. But then windy and rainy for tonight, a blustery weekend, and then icy cold next week. Maybe some snow. Still too hard to tell exactly where this will go. We'll talk about that and the potential for that snow coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. It's another winter weekend on the coast, but there's still never a shortage of cool things to do, not even in the off-season or with bad weather coming our way.
Yeah, that's right, Paige. Coast TV's Mallory Metzner highlights the annual celebrations and shows us the prizes that are up for grabs at some events.
It's Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, and there are lots of ways to honor the civil rights hero. One event doubles as a celebration of rhythm and blues. Music, history tours, and commemorative speakers will all fill the Ocean City Convention Center for the second inaugural Dream Fest. Meanwhile, the Art League of Ocean City's free Community Dream Fest celebration will be a youth art showcase of work by local school children, along with hip-hop performances and a short film showcase. Dazzling ice sculptures can be found in downtown Cambridge this Saturday for the Ice and Oyster Festival. Organizers say sculptures will be on the fairgrounds and in front of businesses. Local bartenders are going into the wild in Bethany Beach. The annual Fire and Ice Festival kicks off with a drink competition at Mango's. Attendees will vote for their favorite to crown the People's Choice Award winner. Proceeds go toward BB Healthcare's South Coastal Emergency Department and Cancer Center. The event takes place this Sunday from 12 to 3. Tickets are now on sale. Right now, you could enter to win a free VIP parking pass in Bethany Beach by entering a photo contest. The town says it's looking for photos of unique landmarks that show why people are drawn to the resort town. Winners selected will be printed in the Bethany Beach calendar next year. The photo with the most unique votes gets a free parking pass at any space within town limits during this coming parking season. We have details to apply on CoastTV.com.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865 or go to getbullseyepro.com.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group. This is Coast TV News Today.
January 12th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, 5:30, approaching 5:31 on this Friday morning. It is Friday, so even though we might have some rough weather coming in, we can live with it. It's Friday.
Yes, I'm being very spoiled, maybe is the word. Maybe because I miss my garage a lot. A lot.
That is a whole
Yeah.
off-air issue that I got some insight on. This could be breaking news about the situation in Paige's garage.
Get a little spicy, but yeah, didn't have access to my garage. It's fine. It's fine. I'm half messing around. But yeah, what's up with all the frost on the cars?
I had to scrape too.
What is up with this? I miss the luxury of parking inside. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trujillo.
First world problems, Paige.
That's exactly what it is. It is not a real problem, and I can acknowledge that. But Bob, you have the luxury of parking inside. How is that?
I was just going to say, I had not a fleck of frost on my car this morning because I was parked in my garage. Yes, my wife's car is covered in it, but I'll be the good husband and scrape it off a little bit later on. I know. But we're looking at temperatures frosty this morning in the 20s and mid 30s and low 40s along the coast. Still a bit of a northerly breeze, and we're looking at clear skies. And this morning is good, and really much of the day is in good shape. But we're watching this powerhouse storm back to the west that will increase clouds with time. It's got rain and severe weather on the warm side, snow on the cold side. And for us, well, we're looking at chilly, frosty conditions this morning. Here's Futurecast mid-morning 30s and low 40s. Clouds start to increase as we go late morning into the afternoon. The clouds thicken up as we go into the mid-afternoon, 40s and low 50s. It starts getting breezy. And then as we go into this evening, clouds thicken up. And then we start to see the rain building in between about 7 and 8 p.m. And then it gets heavy and steady after that. The good news is, well, we're heading into the weekend, and much of this rain and wind is during the night while we're sleeping. Boardwalk forecast for today, we're in the 40s this morning with increasing clouds and the winds picking up with time.
Bob, thank you so much. A Bethany Beach committee wants to keep the community safe for bikers and pedestrians and visiting workers like J1 students from overseas during the summer season.
Yeah, Coast TV news reporter Charles Ryder breaks down their new plans in this new year.
Going for a bike ride in Bethany Beach, but with safety in mind. A town committee is looking to expand its WAVE program, which aims to make walkers and riders more aware of the rules of the road. But Tom Johnson at Bethany Sports Cards and Collectibles says the only way to keep people safe is enforcing the rules.
Like if they say this is where you can go, they need to enforce it. They don't enforce it, they're going to keep taking and stretching until they get hit.
This committee is also looking to install more signage for people walking or riding across Route 1. Dee Weber says it's a needed addition for safety.
I like having the lights across the roads and the traffic stopping, and it's amazing. They're so used to it now here that they will stop when they see you.
According to town police, J1 students are responsible for hundreds of calls in the summer months. The committee is looking to start a seminar that will go over safety rules on their bikes and other helpful safety tips. And Johnson says he sees J1 students riding unsafely all the time.
Like a lot of people travel Route 26 and they're going all the way down to the Giant. A lot of them don't even have tail lights on their bikes. And they're dressed in black. I mean, they're like invisible. They're just asking to get whacked.
The year is new, the plans are new, but the goals are the same. Keep everyone safe in Bethany Beach. The committee is hosting a collaborative meeting with neighboring beach towns to talk about safety ideas. That workshop is scheduled for March 21st. I'm Charles Reinert in Bethany Beach, Coast TV News.
Got an update on a story that we've been covering. On Thursday, Delaware Governor John Carney signed an amendment to the state's code on alcoholic liquors. This allows the sale of those type of beverages to begin as early as 8 a.m. Now, under the new law amendments, businesses can do this an hour earlier, and that's before establishments, they couldn't begin selling alcohol until 9 a.m. This law went into effect upon Carney's signature.
Happening today, more on the offer by U.S. Wind Corporation to Delaware coastal communities. The Bethany Beach Town Council will review the community benefits contract that will pay $2 million spread out over 20 years. This is for use of land that will help connect the wind farm project to the power grid. Now, earlier this week, Rehoboth Beach, Fenwick Island, and South Bethany reviewed this proposal. The payments for each town or city would be $100,000 a year.
A Delaware judge has scaled back Attorney General Kathleen Jennings' lawsuit against the fossil fuel industry. The case originally accused the industry of greenwashing, a practice where companies misleadingly present themselves as environmentally responsible. The suit will now focus on solely one local pollution issue in the state. And according to the judge's ruling, claims of greenwashing and extensive environmental damage were dismissed. The Attorney General's office is reviewing the decision to plan their next steps.
New this morning, 2 new license plates could be coming to Delaware. One would be created for the Delaware Ducks Unlimited younger members known as Green Wings. Its purpose is to support the Youth and Conservation Day. Now, the second special license plate, that would be for the University of Delaware Athletic Community and Campus Recreation. Both of those go into effect upon being signed into law.
Lewis Parks and Recreation Commission will discuss a variety of new proposals next week. This includes possible action regarding a request to add artificial turf at the dog park at Great Marsh Park. Along with that, there will be updates regarding the Public Art Committee as well as the Community Garden. Meeting is set for next Tuesday, January 16th at 6:30 p.m. Well, we are now taking you live to Washington, D.C. That's where top military officials continue to assess the threat from the Middle East, specifically Iran and Iranian-backed groups.
Yeah, U.S. military action far away aimed at protecting the economy right here at home. Officials say the U.S. and U.K. struck more than 60 Houthi targets in Yemen overnight. That's in response to the Iran-backed group attacks on commercial shipping vessels along the Red Sea trade route. Those threaten to drive up the cost of oil, gas, and other goods globally. Some congressional leaders now expressing bipartisan support for the strikes.
Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan could be moving closer to a run for president as a third-party candidate. Now, according to the Associated Press, the former Republican governor has stepped down a leadership role in the third-party movement called No Labels, which some analysts say this could signal his preparations to run for president using the group's ballot line. An elections official in Maryland says No Labels had obtained enough verified signatures to get on the ballot in Hogan's home state. 13 other states have approved No Labels for the 2024 ballot. Election season is ramping up in Delaware next week, each night on Coast TV News at 6. Decision 2024 Preview Week. We'll look at 3 of the key races in Delaware. And we'll also share my special interview with retiring Senator Tom Carper. Coverage starts Monday, January 15th. Still more to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, youth literary inspiration. We're telling you the big moves by one young bilingual author and his hopes for the future.
Also, Henlope and Conference Boys Hoops from Thursday, the quarter that did end Sussex Tech in their matchup with Dover.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
With your help, we've raised more than $300,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hi, I'm Elisa Titus with Shell Brothers, and we would like to give an extra special thank you to all the businesses, groups, organizations, and individuals who stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge and donated $1,000 or more to the Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on Delmarva.
On behalf of Draper Media and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid, yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
.540 on this clear and chilly Friday morning. Irish Eyes cam from Lewis. Nice calm canal now. That changes big time as we go into tonight with wind and rain building in. But it's a frosty start to our Friday with temperatures in the 20s and 30s inland, lower 40s along the coast. And the winds are light coming out of the north right now. And we're looking at clear skies. But that's going to change as we're already seeing clouds increasing from the south and the west to our west. And here's our big storm with rain and snow. That will bring rain and wind to us as we go through the overnight. But your commute today to and from work is actually good. We have the green light this morning. It is a frosty start. Warm up the car, leave extra time there, and then increasing clouds as we go into this evening, and then it starts getting rainy and windy after dark and into the overnight.
Well, flooding is still an issue days after that big storm earlier this week. This mailbox looks like it's in the middle of a pond, but it's actually in the front of a home in the Fox Hollow community of Angola. The homeowner says mail hasn't been able to be delivered since before the storm arrived on Tuesday. And, well, these flood levels rise, so do John Brady's health and safety concerns for himself and his neighbors who have water wells.
Lewis Fire Department couldn't get down here. And they had that problem before driving Santa Claus around. They had to stop and back the fire truck up.
Brady says the state and county have been in talks about flooding solutions in his community for 3 years now. Hopes the project is soon approved.
Hey, don't forget, tune in to Coast TV News this weekend for not 1, but 2 wild card football games on Saturday. You can watch the Browns and the Texans. That coverage begins at 3 p.m. and then come back Sunday. We'll still be here for the Rams and the Lions. That coverage begins at 7:30.
And Paige, we got a quick note as we look ahead to those NFL playoff games this Saturday. As you just mentioned, the Texans and the Browns. That's 4:30 here on Coast TV. The late game on Saturday, that is the Chiefs and Dolphins. It's at 8 p.m. and it's only going to be on Peacock. So we want to make this clear. This was NBC's decision, not Coast TV's. It was not Draper Media's. So if you want to watch that Dolphins-Chiefs game, you're going to have to pay for it on Peacock. There's no free way to watch it. And again, this was not our call. We hope you'll join us for the early game and, of course, your hyper-local Coast TV news at 11.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Good morning, sports fans, to a Henlopen North battle in boys hoops last night. Dover traveling to Sussex Tech and going for their 4th conference win. Early on, Darrell Little on the break. 3 Ravens surround him, but it doesn't matter for number 3 in blue, finishing on the break for 2. On the other end, it's Isaiah Ayers. The short jumper is pure nylon. He had a great night despite facing a ton of Dover double teams. Later on, it's Little kicking it out to Denham Perkins, and he nails the triple. The Senators leading 12-6 after the first. In the second, Perkins can't hit this one right here, but Little is on the job, all in one motion to flip it in for 2 more, making it look easy out there. And then check out this next play. Naseem Kazmi knocks it away and Perkins rips a no-look feed back to him. A beautiful feed deserving of plenty of celebration, and the goggle celly from Little right there. Senators on a 12-0 run. Ravens trying to work back into it, zipping the ball down the floor where Zion Roach is able to finish it off. It's back to a 12-point deficit, but the defense surged for Dover. Perkins is relentless onto the floor before giving it to Little, who lays it in. These two had their fingerprints all over this game. But now the Ravens soar. Ayers leaves his defender in the dust, and Taylor Bernard deposits a 3 for Sussex Tech. And then this next play, it just might be the best one of the night. Perkins slings this ball to the sky, and then it's a mad scramble for the loose change, and it's Chase Little who rips down the rim on a two-handed hammer, and Dover goes on to win it 65-44. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
It's time now for some entertainment news. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
I'll be performing the songs my fans want to hear.
The Michael Jackson biopic is underway. Lionsgate and Universal Pictures International say Michael has begun production. Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, stars as the King of Pop. The movie is due in theaters April 18, 2025. Barbie and Shang-Chi actor Simu Liu's next role is hosting the People's Choice Awards. Voting is underway for the award show, where fans choose the winners in 45 movie, TV, music, and pop culture categories. Liu could be one of those winners. He's up for Movie Performance of the Year for Barbie. The 2024 People's Choice Awards takes place February 18th.
You really think you can fix everything I'm afraid of in one night?
One night can change everything.
Now, come on, everyone. We have work to do.
A scared boy faces his irrational fears in the latest trailer for Orion and the Dark. Jacob Tremblay and Paul Walter Hauser lead the voice cast of the animated adventure, which debuts on Netflix February 2nd. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Weather-wise, we're looking at a frosty Friday morning. Boardwalk Plaza Cam, nice and quiet now. But that will change with time as we have another round of rain and wind increasing as we go through the evening into the overnight, prompting a first alert weather day. I'll have the impacts and timing on Futurecast coming up next.
If you're experiencing ringing, humming, or buzzing in your ear, you may have tinnitus.
Tinnitus is a condition that can make it hard to understand speech, relax, or sleep.
If you have any of these symptoms, the first step is getting your hearing tested. The audiologist will be able to diagnose your problem and prescribe you devices that can alleviate your symptoms.
Hearing aids like Signius even offer tinnitus programs that can offset tinnitus noises.
To learn more information about Massed Audiology, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
30 years ago, a historic ice storm knocked out power for 10 days. Trees fell across power lines and ice snapped utility poles. Our Delaware Electric Cooperative team worked around the clock to help those we serve. 3 decades later, we've applied the lessons we learned during the storm to make our grid stronger. Through the dedication of our employees, Co-op Power has never been more reliable. And while the weather is unpredictable, DEC's commitment to doing what's best for our members will never change.
It's now 5:48 on your Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're feeling toasty warm. Bob, as we take a live look now at Ocean City, they're not going to feel toasty and warm if they're going outside. Maybe stay in today, if you can.
If you can.
That's what I would do.
I would do that too, Paige. And we are looking at a frosty start to our Friday. Big changes as we go through the day. We're starting frosty and cold, and then we're ending windy and rainy and warmer. So we've got another storm coming. So make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app, not just during storms. You want that weather app the whole time, between storms as well. So we've got a first alert as we go into tonight with more heavy rain possible. Remember, our ground is still saturated. We still have a lot of standing water in fields and some ditches, and we're only going to add to that tonight with more rain. So flooding is possible. Maybe some of that water spilling onto roads. Damaging winds possible. Could see gusts to maybe 50, inland areas to 60 plus along the coast, and coastal issues, meaning flooding and some inundation and some erosion are possible as the winds ramp up this evening. But this morning, it's hard to tell. We've got a storm coming because we're looking at temperatures in the 20s and 30s. It's a frosty and quiet start. 40s along the coast right now. And we've got a light wind coming out of the north, and clouds and radar. Not much to speak of right now, looking nice and quiet across Delmarva. It's as we go farther to the west, the clouds are beginning to increase across the Carolinas and West Virginia. And here's our storm developing. On the warm side, it's big thunderstorms, severe weather through Arkansas into Illinois. And on the cold side, it's a snowstorm from Omaha on into Chicago, likely blowing snow and very windy conditions as this storm will be tracking off to our north and west. So winter is locking in there. With farther to the south, we've got severe weather and maybe a tornado outbreak for the southeast later today. But closer to home, it's a wind advisory for us. That goes into effect this evening through Saturday morning for those strong, perhaps damaging winds. A storm warning until 6 a.m. Saturday. Very rough out on the seas. Coastal flood advisory, Sussex County. And then we have a high surf advisory as well into portions of Maryland. Some of those waves could be maybe 6 to 12 feet and maybe higher. As we go through time on Futurecast, we start to increase the clouds midday. We're in the 40s and low 50s as we go into the afternoon. Clouds thicken up as we go into the evening. Here comes the rain this evening. We'll get steady to heavy 8, 9 p.m. and the winds start getting strong from the south. And by 10:30, you can see the heavy rain across the area and warming up into the mid to upper 50s, maybe 60 around midnight. Very strong southerly winds and maybe a rumble of thunder as well. By 2 a.m., still seeing that heavy rain. So just stay inside this evening and overnight if you can. And then we'll see that system sliding offshore by Saturday morning. It's blustery, cooler, and drier on Saturday, falling temperatures from the 50s into the 40s. Rainfall amounts about a half inch to about an inch across the area, causing more problems with flooding and those very strong winds gusting over 40 miles per hour this evening inland, over 50 along the coast, and over 50 miles per hour inland. Some places, especially along the coast, gusting over 60 as we go through the overnight, and still very breezy to windy as we go Saturday into Sunday. Then next week, we've got a lot of cold air. We know the cold air is coming. Is the snow coming? Well, we've got a system that could spawn a little bit of light snow across the area on Tuesday. Just too soon to tell exactly where this sets up and how much snow we could see. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Dry today, but stormy tonight with rain and wind. 55 Saturday, 47 Sunday. Much colder next week, 37 Monday. Right now we're leaning towards snow on Tuesday, maybe a little bit of rain and maybe some accumulating snow, and then very cold on Wednesday. 30 for a high, 18 the low by Thursday morning.
Ooh, I'm going to act like you didn't say 18, Bob. Thank you. Well, as we move on, Maximo Cesar Castellanos has been writing books since he was just 6 years old. His first book was published when he was 7. Now, at the age of 15, he has published 10 books in English and 10 in Spanish that include action, adventure, and suspense. Over the years, Castellanos has earned multiple awards for his work.
When I was little, my parents would always take me to public libraries and I would read books and we would check out different movies. And that would always inspire me to create my own characters and my own stories. And eventually I started writing down my stories and publishing them into books.
And Castellanos hopes to publish his next books this summer, but in the meantime, you can find his other books at the Georgetown Public Library.
Well, up next, the effects of a stroke can be life-changing. We'll show you how the signs of stroke differ between men and women. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Here at Buchanan Subaru, our salespeople don't work off of commission. Customer satisfaction and their family's safety will always be our top priority. In fact, I'm so confident in my team that if you become our customer, I'll even give you my own personal cell phone number. Head on over to BuchananSubaru.com. Check out this month's car, truck, and trailer specials and sales happening in our service department. Then give us a call or just stop in. Better service, better deals, Buchanan Subaru.
Today at 4 on Coast Live, refresh your home for the new year with savvy cleaning tips, from dryer balls to dishwasher care. Plus, explore the de-influencing trend in skincare, understanding why less is often more. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
I'm thrilled to introduce the newest addition of our team, my daughter, Sydney Price.
I couldn't be more excited to be working alongside my incredibly talented mother.
You've seen the passion I have for helping our clients find their dream home, and I can assure you, Sydney shares the same passion.
I've had the privilege of learning from the best in the business, and together we are committed to guiding you through the real estate journey, whether you're buying, selling, or investing.
Welcome to the team, Sydney.
Thank you, Mom. Let's do this.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount, so it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Weather shapes our lives. At CoastTV, our First Alert weather team is always at work.
We have a strong line to begin to press its way through.
Coverage that prioritizes you.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware.
The First Alert weather team, your safety, our commitment.
More than 795,000 people will suffer a stroke this year. Knowing the signs of stroke could save your life.
It definitely could, but did you know the signs are different between men and women? Alexa Lorenzo shows us how knowing what to watch out for could mean the difference between life and death.
Woke up and started having, some blurry vision, a little bit of balance issues.
Krista Owing's stroke symptoms were not the typical ones, such as numbness, slurred speech, and droopy face. But what Krista experienced are common signs of stroke in women.
You can have a stroke, but it's not as clear-cut that it's a stroke.
For women, the red flags include loss of consciousness or fainting, general weakness, confusion, unresponsiveness or disorientation. Nausea, vomiting, and even the hiccups can also be signs. Another surprising symptom, sudden behavioral changes, including agitation and hallucinations.
So location and size of where the event occurs can impact the types of symptoms patients have.
60% of U.S. stroke deaths occur in women. The best outcomes are seen in patients who are treated within 3 hours of the symptoms emerging. That's why knowing these subtle signs of stroke for women could mean the difference between life and death. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
It's now 5:57 this morning. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
And today's Coastal Pet is this smiley girl named Sky.
Aww.
Sky is currently at the Brandywine Valley SPCA, but would love to come home with you. This one-year pup is perfect for any family who would love a big yard to play in. And with that smile, who could ever say no? To adopt Sky or any other lovable pet, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
I love that. Who could say no to that face? That
I
is
know.
so cute.
It's adorable.
We want to keep seeing your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos of your pets at home. Tell us what makes them so special.
The information to email us, we're going to show you that on your screen, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
5:57, almost 5:58 now. It's time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, Bob, we have a nice day to start with, heading into not so nice a weekend.
Well, I think the weekend actually is not that bad. It's the tonight period into early Saturday, and we're all sleeping. So we're all good, right? That's what we should be doing, right? When the rain and wind builds in. But big changes, it's a frosty, cold start, but then increasing clouds throughout the day. Winds start picking up as we go through the evening hours. The rain and wind commences tonight with the first alert night, we should call Paul Davis 10-day forecast. So rainy and windy, but then just blustery on Saturday, 55, 47 on Sunday. And look at those temperatures next week. Highs only in the 30s, a chance of snow mainly on Tuesday, maybe some rain, a high of only 30 Wednesday. Another chance of snow on Friday, so winter's locking in big time next week.
All right, thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, liquor law leap. A change going into effect for Delaware's restaurants that serve alcohol beverages. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.